Welcome to the HFY Tales channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you like the story. Enjoy and take care.
The twin suns of ephemera cast an ethereal glow across the landscape, creating a dazzling array of colors that danced upon the shimmering surface of the vibrant flora. Towering, bioluminescent trees lined the hills, their leaves fluttering in a gentle breeze that carried scents of sweetness and spice through the air. Creatures that resembled a cross between soaring birds and luminous butterflies flitted through the sky, echoing calls that resonated like laughter. It was on this alien world that Nathaniel, a human explorer with a keen interest in discovering extraterrestrial cultures, found himself utterly awestruck. For years, he had dreamed of this moment, stepping foot on an alien planet where customs, traditions, and everything he knew from Earth was turned on its head. As he wandered through a vibrant marketplace, bustling with beings of different shapes and sizes, he marveled at the rich colors of fabrics and the tantalizing aromas of food exotic to his senses. The marketplace buzzed with life, laughter, and the animated gestures of merchants hawking their wares. Nathaniel smiled, feeling a mix of excitement and nervousness as he contemplated what this vibrant world might hold. Just then, amidst the diverse crowd, he spotted her, a stunning figure, draped in intricate fabrics that shimmered like the night sky. Her presence was commanding yet graceful, every gesture exuding a confidence that seemed to draw the attention of everyone around. It was the alien princess, Zarya. Zarya held a position of power among her people, embodying beauty and strength. The rumors of her charm and intelligence had reached Nathaniel long before he arrived. But what captivated him most was the laughter that seemed to emanate from her very being, a sound both melodic and disarming. He felt drawn to her, like a moth to a flame. As he approached, he overheard her playful banter with a small group of admirers. "You think humans are supposed to woo with such strange customs? Kissing? How absurd!" She giggled, her laughter infecting not only those around her, but striking a chord deep within Nathaniel. With each step forward, he struggled to control his nerves. "Maybe," he stammered as he finally reached her side, "but it's a universal expression of affection." Zarya turned her fiery gaze towards him, an amused smirk adorning her elegant features. "You believe that putting your lips together is affection? Tell me more, human, and perhaps I can enlighten you on what real intimacy is." Their eyes locked, and Nathaniel felt an instant connection, a spark that ignited a flame within him, filled with curiosity and uncertainty. What was he getting into? "Perhaps I could show you," Nathaniel offered, feeling surprisingly bold despite the instinctual fear creeping through him. Zarya threw her head back in laughter, her amusement ringing through the crowded marketplace. "You wish to show me how to kiss? By all means. But first, tell me why this practice is so essential to your kind." As they exchanged glances, the lively background faded, leaving only the two of them in a bubble of curiosity. What began as light-hearted satire veiled a deeper quest for understanding, a romantic tension that simmered just beneath the surface of their playful exchange. Little did Nathaniel know, this would mark the beginning of an adventure full of revelations, where the world outside would grow chaotic, while their bond would flourish and challenge everything they knew about love, intimacy, and what it meant to truly connect. As their playful exchange continued, the marketplace felt like a movie unraveling before the audience. Nathaniel could feel the energy around them shift, as if the universe conspired to pull him deeper into Zarya's orbit. The vibrant colors of the market melded into a blur, overshadowed by the brightness of her presence. "Why do you believe our customs differ so extensively?" Zarya asked, tilting her head curiously. "Is it not a sign of lack of sophistication to simply press one's lips against another's?" "Well, kissing is far more than just that," Nathaniel responded, his heart racing. "It's a way to convey emotions, like passion, comfort, intimacy. It can express feelings that words can't capture." "Fascinating," Zarya quipped, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "And here I thought we were a skilled species. But tell me, doesn't your heart race, knowing that you are engaging in such childish acts?" Her laughter dripped with playful condescension, but there was an unmistakable intrigue behind her teasing. Nathaniel's cheeks flushed at her words, and insecurity gnawed at him. "It may seem childish, but to us, Connecting through affection builds bonds. It allows us to express care, and for some, it can even symbolize commitment. Zarya stepped closer, her expression shifting to one of earnest curiosity. Commitment, she repeated softly, letting the word linger in the air between them like delicate stardust. And here we thought commitment was shown through ritualistic displays of power and duty. She gestured toward a gathering in the distance, where others were engaged in a spirited celebration. It's different for us, Nathaniel mused, softening. For humans, making that connection often leads to the deeper ties of companionship, friendship, and love. It's not as frivolous as you think. So you claim, Zarya said, crossing her arms. But I wonder, what do you humans truly know about love? Can an act as simple as a kiss ever capture the depth of naughtiness and joy we share? Nathaniel felt a challenge rising. The playful teasing transitioned to something deeper, and he was compelled to rise to it. Why don't we find out? You could join me in experiencing the human way. Zarya's brows raised in surprise. You mean you would allow me to experience your primitive ways? She laughed again, a melodic sound that stirred something intrinsically within him. Primitive or not, there's emotion to it. It's about the connection, Zarya, he replied earnestly. A kiss is like a bridge, an act of vulnerability. It takes courage to share such a moment with someone. Her laughter echoed once more. Perhaps your notion of courage differs greatly from mine. I can introduce you to my world, but you will find that I do not shy away from anything. Just then, a loud chime reverberated through the marketplace, signaling the start of a ritualistic competition. Colorful streamers fluttered in the air as participants adorned themselves in extravagant attire, ready to engage in traditional games that celebrated unity. Zarya's excitement was palpable. Come, Nathaniel, she urged, her eyes twinkling. Let's see how well you fare with my customs, and perhaps you can show me the dance of the kiss afterward. Nathaniel hesitated, overwhelmed by the magnitude of stepping into her world. Yet he was irresistibly drawn to her challenge, and curiosity guided his steps forward. All right, lead the way. Just promise me one thing. After this, we get to explore each other's worlds a little more. Deal, she grinned, all confidence and charm. But do not expect to emerge unscathed from my challenges. With that, Zarya pulled him into the fray of revelers, and Nathaniel's heart raced. Not just with the thrill of the competition, but the anticipation of unraveling the enigma of the alien princess. The gap between their worlds began to close as laughter echoed through the air, marking the start of an unforgettable journey. The vibrant atmosphere of the festival engulfed Nathaniel and Zarya as they wove through the throng of excited participants. Colorful banners adorned the area, fluttering like vibrant wings overhead, while laughter rang out in melodies that sent tingles down his spine. The scent of exotic fare wafted through the air, mingling with the resonant sounds of music from distant instruments that played entrancing rhythms. Welcome to the ceremony of unity, Zarya exclaimed, her voice filled with enthusiasm as she gestured to the gathering crowds. Here, we celebrate alliances forged in joy and play. As they reached the center of the festivities, Nathaniel noticed a much larger gathering, alien beings adorned in intricate costumes, representing their respective clans. Each group began to demonstrate unique skills, from acrobatic feats to captivating storytelling. Zarya's eyes sparkled with delight as a particularly agile crew performed aerial flips and spins, their movements fluid and beautiful. Isn't it marvelous? Look at their grace. It's incredible, Nathaniel replied, feeling a sense of wonder. But I need to see you attempt this. Ah, but what is there to challenge me with? My skills are supreme, she teased, puffing her chest out proudly. You may not be so fortunate after I show you just how exquisite my people are at these games. Is that a challenge? Nathaniel asked, a playful grin forming on his face. Let's see how you handle the simple human tradition of karaoke. Karaoke, Zarya echoed, eyeing him incredulously. You humans sing foolishly to portray affection? It's not often romantic, he laughed. But it's fun. It's a way to connect with others and let loose. You might surprise your people. His eyes gleamed with mischief. How about we start with this and build from there? I'll show you my way, and then you can show me yours. Zarya considered his proposal for a moment, her sense of wonder clashing with her pride. Finally, she nodded, an amused smile on her lips. Very well, human. Teach me this karaoke, as we strengthen our bond through song. But do not be surprised when I outshine you. As they moved closer to the makeshift stage, Nathaniel started to feel the rising unease of performing in front of an audience, but adrenaline coursed through him. Zarya, seeming to sense his hesitation, placed a reassuring hand on his arm. Fear not. We are in this together. You will instruct me, and I will grant you the pleasure of witnessing my astuteness. With courage igniting in his chest, Nathaniel took the microphone, glancing at the audience. He chose a fun, upbeat song, something universally relatable. As the music began, he invited Zarya to join in, half expecting her to resist. When she joined him on stage, her initial fear transformed into joyful spontaneity. The alien princess danced effortlessly, embodying both grace and charm. Nathaniel found himself mesmerized by her presence, the connection between them deepening with each shared laugh and playful gesture. As they wrapped up the performance, laughter and applause erupted from the crowd, signaling the success of their risky venture. Zarya's eyes gleamed with delight, and Nathaniel basked in the thrill. You see, you are a natural performer, a mere distraction for your human audience, she replied with a twinkle in her eye. But I can see how this bonding through music serves a purpose. It feels liberating. Exactly. Nathaniel's heart swelled with triumph. And I think it's essential for trust, too. Being vulnerable enough to share yourself with others allows deep connections to form, don't you think? Zarya's expression shifted, her playfulness dimming slightly as she thought. Vulnerability, she echoed, a concept foreign to many in my realm. Here, we are raised to embrace strength, leaving emotions behind. But strength doesn't mean dismissing emotions, Nathaniel pressed gently. It enhances them. Understanding vulnerability doesn't weaken you. It builds deeper bonds. Like our cultures, we share similarities, yet differ so profoundly. She regarded him thoughtfully, her brow furrowed. You are wise in ways I did not expect, Nathaniel. It is challenging to reconcile such a belief with our ideals of power. Maybe you can think of it as a different form of strength, he suggested, emboldened by her interest. Not all warriors wear armor, right? Her laughter spilled into the air again, but this time, tinged with contemplation. You are intriguing, human. Perhaps I will allow you to teach me further about your world, if you can withstand my lessons as well. As their playful exchanges unfolded, Nathaniel felt a genuine connection strengthening. The festival buzzed around them, but it became background noise as they began to dive into discussions about love, culture, and what it truly meant to connect. Little did they know, these discussions would soon intertwine their fates even more compellingly, uncovering the mysteries of their hearts. As twilight descended upon the alien world, the ceremony's culmination drew near. The atmosphere transformed into an enchanting spectacle as exotic lanterns lit up, casting a warm glow over the vibrant crowd. The air thrummed with excitement, and the soft sounds of melodic instruments created an enchanting backdrop. Zarya took Nathaniel's hand, her touch light yet electrifying. Come, you must witness the core of our culture, the mating ritual. It's a celebration of union, family, and joy, she said, her eyes sparkling. Is it anything like human weddings? He asked, intrigued. Weddings. I have heard of such things. However, our ritual conveys more than mere matrimony. Zarya smiled cryptically as they navigated through the throngs of revelers. But I suspect you will enjoy the experience. Finally, they reached a vast clearing surrounded by luminous trees adorned with delicate flowers that glimmered like gems under the light of the twin suns. In the center, a grand structure composed of intertwining vines and petals formed an archway, marking the sacred space for the ritual. Participants adorned in stunning costumes gathered around, their eyes filled with anticipation. Nathaniel felt a rush of excitement as Zarya guided him to the front. Prepare yourself, human, she whispered, her breath warm against his skin. You are about to witness something truly remarkable. As the festivities commenced, the crowd began to chant, raising their voices in unison as they entered a trance-like state. Zarya explained the importance of every movement, emphasizing that the ritual represented their belief that love was an intertwining of whole souls. Through this ceremony, we honor not just romantic love, but also the strong ties of friendship and familial bonds, she added, her voice carrying a melodic lilt. Each participant shares a connection to the cosmos and to one another. As the chanting intensified, couples danced gracefully around the archway, moving in unison, their bodies flowing like water. Nathaniel felt enchanted by the sight, but also a pang of yearning deep within him, a desire to forge that kind of connection with Zarya. "Now is the time for our proudest display," Zarya declared, her eyes gleaming with excitement. The act of bonding. She led him to join a pair of dancers, who began to demonstrate a ritual that involved beautiful movements mimicking the intertwining of vines. Zarya easily fell into step beside him, illuminating the dance with her lively spirit. Though Nathaniel stumbled at first, Zarya's laughter rang out, and her encouragement turned his self-doubt into confidence. Together, they harmonized their movements, slowly intertwining their bodies in a dance that connected their hearts through rhythm. "Feel the energy, Nathaniel," she urged. "Let it guide you. Become one with the music." As Nathaniel surrendered to the moment, he found himself swept away in the dance, and warmth blossomed within him. The world faded around them, and through shared laughter and joy, they established a bond that felt electric. But then, in a moment of serendipity, Zarya paused and gazed into Nathaniel's eyes, her expression shifting to one of seriousness. "It is time now for the final act," she announced softly, but with authority. "This is the part where emotions are laid bare. Here, we break the barriers of convention. We share the kiss." The phrase hung in the air, and Nathaniel's heart raced. "The kiss," he echoed, recalling their earlier conversations about the nuances of affection. "But isn't that what you believe to be absurd?" "Perhaps, but this is the culmination of our ceremony. It symbolizes trust and vulnerability, a concept I have come to embrace today," Zarya said, her determination evident in her gaze. In a heartbeat, the crowd quieted, anticipation thick in the air as they sensed the significance of what was about to unfold. Nathaniel felt the weight of their shared moments pressing in on him, and he noticed the gravity of this ritual, the merging of two cultures, two souls, through a simple yet profound act. Zarya leaned closer, her breath mingling with his, both exhilarating and daunting. "Show me, Nathaniel," she whispered. "Show me what this human expression means, what it feels like." Stepping forward, he hesitated for just a moment as gravity pulled at him, unsure of the communal eyes focused on them. He sought Zarya's gaze, searching for a cue. Her eyes were calm and inviting, encouraging him toward a leap of faith. Taking a deep breath, Nathaniel gently cupped her face in his hands. He leaned in, capturing the moment in the softness of her gaze, committing it to memory. As he pressed his lips to hers, a rush surged through him, intense, overwhelming, glorious. It was unlike anything he had ever experienced. All the doubt and anxiety melted away, leaving only warmth and connection in their wake. The kiss deepened momentarily as both their hearts resonated, echoing the rhythm of the festival around them. As they pulled back, breathless and wide-eyed, Zarya's laughter broke the beautiful silence, a joyous sound that spilled over like spring rain. "That was most unexpected," she exclaimed, her cheeks flushed. The crowd erupted in joyful applause, reveling in the spectacle of two worlds colliding. Nathaniel beamed, both for himself and the bond they'd just created. "Unexpected," he chimed, thrill rippling through him. "But just because it's new doesn't mean it's anything less than real." Zarya tilted her head, her expression softening. "Indeed, Nathaniel, in this moment, you have shown me a depth of emotion I had not anticipated." She looked at the crowd around them, who was still celebrating their achievements. "Perhaps we are not so different, after all." As the revelry surged around them, Nathaniel felt their spirits intertwine, a shared moment that bridged their worlds, marking the beginning of a beautiful journey filled with understanding and love yet to unfold. The joyful vibrations of celebration pulsed through the air as Nathaniel and Zarya stood amidst the swirling colors and laughter, still reeling from the intensity of their kiss. Bright lights danced across their faces, and the sounds of joyous melodies enveloped them like a warm embrace. The moment felt eternal, suspended in time, a marker of what lay ahead in their journey. But as the exhilaration of the ritual began to fade, the mingled thrill gave way to an undercurrent of something more profound. Nathaniel felt a mixture of exhilaration and anxiety wash over him, navigating the unfamiliar waters of their evolving relationship. Was this connection strong enough to endure the cultural differences that once seemed an insurmountable gulf? Zarya's laughter subsided as she gazed deep into Nathaniel's eyes, searching for clarity in the emotions swirling within him. Was that what your kind calls kissing? Such a curious manifestation of affection. She teased playfully, her spirit unbroken. It was, and more than I expected, Nathaniel replied, still feeling the tingle of their shared warmth on his lips. But it's never just the act itself. It's about trust and shared vulnerability. I think we've crossed a bridge today. But what will remain once the celebration wanes and reality sets in? Zarya asked, her tone shifting from playful to contemplative. Will this bond hold with the weight of our worlds, pulling us apart? Nathaniel took a step toward her and gently held her hands, feeling the pulse of connection between them. We may be from different worlds, he admitted, his voice steady and sincere, but we share something that defies barriers. Our laughter, our curiosity, the willingness to learn and grow together. It's what truly matters. Zarya searched his gaze, her expression darkening momentarily with the weight of tradition and expectation. You are unlike any human I have encountered, Nathaniel. I am, after all, a princess, tethered to duties and responsibilities. My people expect me to adhere to our customs, rituals that are intrinsic to our identity. But what is an identity built solely on tradition if it lacks real connections? He countered gently. You have shown me what it means to be strong yet vulnerable. That balance is powerful, Zarya. You are not just a princess. You are an individual with dreams, hopes, and feelings. She sighed heavily, the internal battle she waged evident in her gaze. What if our worlds cannot coexist? She whispered, a touch of fear creeping into her voice. I do not want to mistake this feeling for love, as our cultures may not allow for such a union. Nathaniel felt his own heart constrict, fear rippling through him at the thought of their connection being challenged by expectations. Maybe love isn't about cultures or customs. It's about what we create together, he urged. If it's enduring, it will find a way to navigate through the barriers we face. A flicker of hope shimmered in Zarya's eyes as she held Nathaniel's gaze. To love is to embrace chaos. Perhaps I can entertain the notion for a moment longer, she said softly, a playful smile rekindling her spirit. Just then, a boisterous cheer erupted from the crowd, snapping both from their introspection. Nearby, a group of couples joined hands, sharing passionate kisses, vivid displays of affection, and laughter as the festival reached its zenith. It felt almost infectious, and Nathaniel realized they had become a part of something larger than themselves. Zarya chuckled, a warm melody of joy. See, Nathaniel, even the energy of your kiss has ignited inspiration. We should join them. Yeah, let's embrace it, he replied, matching her enthusiasm. They moved together to the center of the gathering, laughter intertwining with the music as they celebrated their newfound bond. Their hands met, fingers entwining effortlessly. Nathaniel marveled at the warmth of her skin and the confidence that radiated from her. As they danced together, moving to the rhythm, the surrounding world faded away, leaving only the two of them. And in that space, they lost themselves. Show me again, Zarya beckoned playfully, her eyes shimmering with mischief. Nathaniel smiled, feeling exhilarated. This time, let's do it our way. As the world faded into a blur, they leaned in and shared another kiss, this time fueled by the spirit of their connection, the willingness to embrace both their differences and similarities. The kisses became an exploration, a dialogue of emotions that intertwined shyness with spontaneity, laughter with longing. In each moment, they revealed pieces of their souls, an unspoken promise that brought them even closer. When they finally broke apart, there was no need for words. Their laughter spoke volumes as they shared glances filled with understanding. Was this the start of something beautiful? something that could defy the conventions that sought to separate them. As the crowd cheered around them, Nathaniel felt a sense of hope unfurling within his heart. Their worlds had clashed and meshed in the most unexpected ways, and perhaps, in unity, they had found a truth that transcended even the most rigid traditions, a connection that promised to flourish despite the challenges ahead. They exchanged knowing smiles, their hearts beating synchronously, a melody that was entirely their own, resonating with the universe's encouragement to embrace this journey, whatever it may hold. As the festival began to wind down, the air remained thick with happiness and the promise of new beginnings. Nathaniel and Zarya found themselves at the edge of the clearing, watching as colorful fireworks lit up the sky, shattering the darkness into brilliant bursts of light. Each explosion reflected a kaleidoscope of emotions, echoing the turmoil and joy they had shared throughout the day. "Is it always this vibrant?" Nathaniel asked, casting a sideways glance at Zarya. She stood close, clasping his hand and leaning into his shoulder. "On special occasions, we allow ourselves to embrace the chaos." Her voice held a touch of nostalgia. But today was more than mere celebration. It unveiled something profound. The thrill of the events they had shared wrapped around them like a warm embrace, yet the shadows of reality loomed above, dark and imposing. Nathaniel felt the urgency of time pressing against his heart. He was only a visitor in her world, and the day of his departure loomed closer. "Zarya, about what we talked about," Nathaniel began, uncertain of how to frame the barriers they faced. "It does not matter," she interrupted softly, brushing a strand of hair away from her face. "Today's connection transcends expectations, does it not? You have shown me a world filled with laughter, love, and unexpected experiences. My heart dances with joy in ways I never anticipated." "I feel the same way," he replied, his gaze locked onto hers, but pierced by sorrow. "But can we truly hold onto this bond when everything around us pulls us apart?" Zarya took a deep breath, her determination shining through. "Perhaps love is not bound by proximity, Nathaniel. My responsibilities lie here in my realm, but that does not erase the connection we have forged. I may not know what tomorrow holds, but I choose to honor what we have experienced today." Her words resonated within him, battling the desperation that tugged at his heart. "Then, we have to promise to hold on to this, to remind each other of what we discovered," he said, his voice steady. "This isn't just a fleeting moment. It's a foundation we can build upon, no matter where we are." Zarya smiled, her eyes glimmering like the stars above. "It is a promise, then, a bond that will go beyond space and time, for we both learned today that love defies our limitations." As the final fireworks lit the sky in a cascade of colors, Nathaniel and Zarya embraced, feeling the warmth between them suffuse their very beings. It was not just a farewell. It was a vow to nurture the connection they had ignited, a commitment to learning about each other despite the distance. "When I return to my home, I will carry this memory with me," Nathaniel promised, pulling back to meet her gaze. "And when you look at the stars, know that I will be looking back at you always." Zarya nodded, her expression softening. "And I will carry the lessons of your world close to my heart. The laughter, the courage to be vulnerable. You have expanded my understanding of love, Nathaniel." The melancholy of impending separation weighed heavily on them, but they remained resolute. Their paths may diverge, but the bond they had cultivated would remain a guiding force. Together, they shared one last, lingering kiss beneath the star-studded sky, a shifting tapestry of emotion, vulnerability, and promise. In that moment, their hearts intertwined, brimming with hope for what lay ahead. As Nathaniel prepared to embark on his journey home, he took one last look at Zarya, whose beauty seemed to shimmer in the moonlight, like an ethereal being pulled from a dream. The ache of parting was tangible, yet the understanding that their hearts would always remain connected filled him with solace. "Until we meet again," Nathaniel whispered, feeling the weight of the promise. Zarya smiled, her radiant spirit lighting up the dim surroundings, and his heart swelled, knowing that distance could not extinguish the fire they had ignited. With one final wave, he turned away, retracing the path he had walked into her world. But the memories of Zarya, The laughter, the lessons, the love would forever remain a part of him, echoing through the corridors of his heart, guiding him as he forged ahead into the unknown. And as the barriers of time and space separated them, a promise emerged, a connection that would transcend the universe, a love that would forever thrive in the stars. Months had passed since Nathaniel's departure, but the echoes of that joyful day remained vividly etched in his mind. He had returned to Earth, a bustling world filled with noise and activity, yet he felt a piece of himself linger with Zarya on the alien planet, a constant reminder of the bond they had forged. Nathaniel dedicated himself to advocating for interspecies relations, his heart driven by the need to celebrate love in all its forms. He began to document his experiences and share the extraordinary tale of how an alien princess had taught him the true meaning of intimacy and vulnerability. Far across the galaxy, Zarya took up her royal duties with renewed strength and wisdom. Embracing the lessons she had learned, she advocated for change within her realm, encouraging her people to expand their understanding of love beyond conventions, promoting harmony between cultures and futures. They both knew that love was not defined by proximity, but by the willingness to embrace one another's worlds, a universal symphony resonating through the tapestry of life. As stars twinkled in the skies above both their worlds, they held onto the hope that love's extraordinary and unpredictable nature would one day reunite them, an undeniable cosmic force guiding their paths across the universe.